Hello, folks. Welcome back. We got more Dota 2 coming your way. Another BO3 elimination series. This one in Group B. It's Singularity. It's positive guys. And speaking of positive guys, it's Lizard. It's Kyle. We're here.
Very positive guys. Two of us. Right here.
Ish.
To get very positive-ish. To get you through this last series of the day. Hopefully, we can look at the drafts on a more of a positive note this time around us.
I would hope. I think this will be a better series.
Yeah.
The other one did go 3 games, but I thought that the quality was
Yeah, it wasn't
a bit
really
lacking.
there. Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
It was.
We're expecting some tier 2 and tier 3 dotes. Not everything has to be perfect. But if you're trying to go professional, if you're trying to get that good organization behind you that pays you some salary, that allows you to sustain your TI dreams, you have to at least start drafting like properly in the meta, you know, like find something that works for you. And positive guys, they definitely did find this Enchantress that sometimes works,
Every
sometimes
game,
not for them,
yeah.
but every game so far they have picked it.
They first pick it overall in this game. Second picking the Ember Spirit, a great Ember game, to be fair, into the Coddle Centaur combination. Chains render Stampede worthless, and what's the answer to Coddle? That's right, high reach. Get on top of him and take him down, that
Also-
old wizard.
Also, not like you're talking about Ember and how he relates to Kotal, but Kotal, man, hello there, like, sir.
How
Old
so?
fart on a horse, we haven't seen you for some time.
That's a good point. After they removed the Ags,
It's
or rather
back now.
changed the Ags. Wait, really? What does it do?
It does what it did before.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah, it's back.
So Chen and Coddle have summons now?
He doesn't have a summon, but he does turn into spirit form and can channel Illuminate.
That doesn't sound very good.
Well, you get the heal, you get the...
Oh yeah, the heal. Duh, I
You
forgot
get the
about
heal,
that.
you get also the vision, you know, the
True.
daytime
oh yeah,
vision.
it is good. What do I say? Coddle Ags is amazing. Is
It's all
Night
right,
Soccer
but-
banned? No.
No, but the reason why this hero wasn't picked is because also Mana League got destroyed. Now it's a part of Chakra Magic, and you can use that Chakra either to give someone mana or to take it away from your enemies, but it's not the same anymore.
What's the other spell you have then, please?
It's Chakra Magic, it's Blinding Light, and it's Illuminate.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's it. So your second spell is basically Blinding Light right now.
Well,
It's alright, but you know, like it could be better. Good old Kotal. I loved playing Kotal before. The hero was so much fun. Offlane, mid, support, whatever. Like you could actually, if you played it right, you could make so much impact in team fights. I loved the fat Kotal, like a farmed up Kotal. But right now, the hero is not nearly as strong. But we'll see. Maybe Team Singularity can make him work. Is it going to be position 4 or 5? We're yet to see. With this last pick, they might give us some more insight in what they're about to be picking. They did ban out that Lycan, which is quite interesting.
who do you favor in this series?
Hard to say. I think I favor positive guys a little bit. They have some players that have proven themselves in the tier 2 scene, you know. They haven't
true.
really... They didn't break through, but they played a lot of lands. You have Immersion from Gambit. He played so many lands in the last season. Sadly, didn't get to the big one, the TI. You have ELTW that played for OG for a while. You have Ghostic, obviously. And Ergon and Misha, alright, they're not really the... They didn't do a whole lot in the last season, but they were around all the time, and they had some good stacks.
Oh, we've not seen this tournament or hero in a while. I love the pick though.
Versus the Centaur as well. You have that ulti to stop him from running out or into the team fight, which is pretty decent. But yeah, as you just said, haven't seen Mars in quite a long time. Wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if it's some position 4 Mars as well, as they rolled Enchantress plus Pango as supports. Like they can do the Mars too.
I love this draft concept. I think they're very ahead thus far when you consider Ember. While yeah, sure, there's a lot of lockdown on the side of Singularity. It's all magic damage, and you just get on top of these squishy supports. I think that the relationship between Rasta Ember is actually Ember favored. And in addition, Mars just shuts down Stampede. And even if there's a Will-O-the-Wisp, you don't want to fight in Mars Arena.
It is good. Then again, if Shadow Shaman is that position 4 and he gets that quick Aether Lance, can be problematic for Ember when someone just shackles you for life from out of your vision even. And now we see a Jug again. Like, Jug is one of those heroes that was picked versus a Mars because he just spins and Mars can't really just look at you, and block that with his shield. He needs to run. He needs to find a way to escape. Also, Shadow Shaman plus Jug could prove to be very difficult to deal with, as they have that disable necessary to set up the spin if you're trying to fight into it.
It's true.
We'll see what Positive guys go for, as their position 4 right now, I believe, should be picked. They do not have the last pick, but still. Some immersion hero.
Explains the Lycan ban as well. When you consider they were going Rasta Jug, this would have been terrifying if all of a sudden Positive guys had a Lycan plus all this catch and disable. Would have just eaten buildings.
Definitely, but at the same time, we don't see a lot of Lycan as well.
Yeah, but they probably know something. I mean, ILTW does love the Lycan. You said
That's
it
true.
yourself. He played it in Laud and OG. Definitely a hero he knows well.
Wayo! Here we go. Ergon, by the way. The first time we watched Positive guys, I mentioned that this guy is one of those Meepo, Brood Mother, Arc Ward, and these kind of players, Look at that Meepo hiding behind the shield. You can barely see him there. And yeah, like this Meepo game, they do have AoE. They have that Will-O-Wisp as well. They have Jug that can itemize versus a Meepo. Is it a bad Meepo game? It most certainly isn't, but there is a last pick for them that they can pick to deal with him. One of the heroes that I love versus Meepo, love to see versus Meepo, is Tinker as well. Not really picked quite often, but that guy just eats Meepo alive when he gets that Aghanims. You just can't deal with him. You can't push versus him. That's the biggest issue. What else? If they had a support option available, something like Wyvern or Elder Titan would be really good. Elder Titan is actually underutilized when it comes to this matchup. He destroys him, takes away his armor, and also stuns. Rubik banned out, alright? Yeah, I mean, Positive guys, they do need that position 4. We'll see what they'll pick for immersion. Some Earth Spirit was really strong for him before, but
I've been wondering for a while if Meepo was underpicked. Used to be like heroes, let's say Brood, right? Huskar. These heroes used to only be 22 picks. They've since progressed upwards in the draft when players and teams are comfortable with them. Meepo, I feel like it's the same. It's only ever chosen as like this last pick, right? Why?
There was a time in which Meepo was good, like even if you pick him in the second phase or even first. Right, he got nerfed a little bit. Basically, you don't get the same amount of experience with your main Meepo as you get with your clones, which means that you can't rotate the same way like you did before. And if you get zoned out of the lane, like, you aren't progressing your levels as much. Some items that you used to buy aren't nearly as impactful as they used to be too. They don't give you as much strength. Ultimate orbs aren't as efficient. Dragonlance isn't. You just have to stack raid bands. And they go with the Slardar last pick.
It's a lot of damage on this lineup.
I mean, is this Mars position 4 or Slardar? We'll see. One of these should be your offlaner and the other is a support, but we'll see what they like to play. Possibly Slardar as that offlaner, right? But certain. Interesting lineup overall, and like Singularity, they're also a Meepo picking team. Yesterday they won the series with the Meepo. So Excalibur definitely does know how the hero works and can suggest them a couple of counter picks which they can go for. Let's see if Team Singularity does find the right hero to play. They're also a Tinker playing team. They played a lot of Tinker, and a lot of Tinker. Out of the 4 games or 3 games that we watched, they played 1 Tinker game, so they have that in their arsenal. Instead, they go with the Ness.
I don't know about that one. That is ballsy. Immersion on the Mars, by the way, will be that 4 position. Ghost Slardar. Very strong laner against Jug, by the way. And I know Mage is a huge fan of the SF. It's quite nice against Meepo in the sense that you provide a good mid-game tempo to match, and you have a ton of magical damage offered, but we shall see. It's a bit squishy of a lineup.
I like the SF a lot. Like, I like the
Why
SF.
is that?
Like, it's not your classic counter to the Meepo, but the hero definitely benefits a lot from having a free lane. And versus a Meepo, he should have a free lane as long as they don't gank him a lot. Like a couple of raises into the Meepo's face, and Meepo has to go to the jungle, which leaves SF to freely CS on the mid lane. And then after that, what you just talked about, he pushes the tempo of the game. If he gets Greaves or something similar, with the Jug healing ward, they can take control of the map and just push and take all the objectives plus items from all the extra gold before the Meepo comes online. So they can take over his jungle before he's able to get that E-Blade and get into the pit. But we'll see if all doesn't go well, if they do not take these objectives as well as they should, if they don't like just steamroll, Meepo takes one Aegis and the game is over.
It's true. It's very true. I like that breakdown. Listen, I'm glad that you could provide such valuable insight. I hope you guys are enjoying. Do remember, if you'd like to interact with us or perhaps get one of your tweets read on the stream, just hashtag maincast, send something out. Remember, it's got to be nice. We don't want any negativity from you, Nancy. I see you. I see you in that stream, watching from home. Let's get into the game. Gambit look to move towards the bottom bounties. Singularity also stretching their legs. Check out the itemization. Nothing out of the ordinary. Surprisingly, every player has some form of tango. And I think the key matchup, of course, will be mid. Meepo versus Shadow Fiend. That first couple of waves is going to be critical to determine the success of our boys.
You can see that Meepo did start with the Stout, obviously. Very difficult to play against the SF even early on. We have a small pause. Excalibur is on the offlane with that Juggernaut at the moment, so perhaps they want to dodge that top lane. Versus the Slardar, as he can be difficult to deal with. He can bash you through the spin. Also, obviously, he's harder to catch with the spin if you don't have the shackles on him. And,
Wondering. What will happen if this game stayed paused for 37 minutes? What would we do?
I think we disqualify someone. Just someone. A random team gets disqualified. That's usually what happens. But you won't get the chance to see that, as SF is unpaused on our screen. He looks quite neat. We'll see how well Mage can do on this SF. Mage is one of those players, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, that DNZ is in problems. As he's slowed down by Misha,
It's so annoying when you come out of an unpause and then you realize, wait,
Yeah,
what?
Where am I?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
What's happening?
I know. It happens very often to the best of us.
Indeed.
Mage has always been one of those midders, you know. He's playing in these high skill stacks. Sometimes it's Sind, and I don't know, but he does well, you know. He does well in some games and then just messes up, like, insanely. On top lane, Saberlight did mess up. He didn't take that first bounty, but he will snatch the other one away from the Slardar and go back to block his creeps. Saberlight also, a Czech boy, went out of Hippomaniacs to play for Positive Boys, or actually Team Singularity. Positive guys are with Ergon and the Meepo.
This is the critical wave. 1 CS already for Mage.
Yeah. It's not that difficult to... Oh, odds highly favoring
effect.
Positive guys. Yeah, it is the Meepo effect, but...
I love this Mars 4 position too. There's so much potential. Like, you're just gonna stun people up top. This is such a hard lane for the Centaur.
I don't know if I agree with the Meepo effect in this game, in this particular match. Like, definitely he can take over, but like, it's not as free of a game as that yesterday one was. That yesterday game was just versus Razor, and I can't remember one more core that absolutely do nothing versus Meepo. This game around, however, like, they have heroes that can deal with him.
And for me, it's just the fact that they have such a great lineup built around the Meepo. There's so many killers. You just beat people. And
That's-
Misha, I'd like to see him stack a bit too with a creep if he can.
That's definitely true what you just said. Like stacking with enchants just could help them out quite a lot. Meepo is very good at taking those stacks, but he doesn't need them instantly. However, Team Singularity and their draft, they're looking like very well-rounded overall. They could be significantly stronger in the mid game and just run away with the game 30 minutes in.
And SF's one of those heroes. I'm really glad when it's meta. It's such a fun hero to watch. Iconic.
Yeah, sadly, he's not in the meta right now. Oh, Sableye taking a lot of damage there, but Immersion is blinding lighted away, and he can't use that spear. ILTW is getting low, but
He's level 2.
yeah, and DNZ got slowed down by Misha, so because of that, he wasn't in range
Yeah.
to bring any extra CC to the Ember.
Now that Ench is in the area, it should be a bit easier for them to play the lane. I like that they blocked the hard camp here. He's been standing inside of it on that roster. It's important. When you're playing against Ench in the safe lane, you got to block that camp or bad stuff happens. Aragon taking a couple nukes. We'll get the CS, though.
Interesting from Mage to just use that nuke like that. I guess it's because of the range creep as well. But usually you want to connect with Meepo with a couple of those to deal as much damage as possible. Top lane.
Stuns.
Saber
Another.
Light.
Oh, doesn't
Oh.
land.
Yeah. And now Slardar is in problems. He's trying to
Wow.
fight, but that's not the play. And he falls first. Now another blinding light from Pexu, and Centaur is fine, while
Really well done.
Slardar is the one that falls. Yeah, very well played by them.
Bottom, Excalibur does have the spin active, so not really threatened by that Minotaur. Centaur, whatever it's called. Looks like an elephant, if you ask me.
Very blue.
And speaking of elephants, don't ride on elephants. They don't have load-bearing backs. Thank you.
How well are they doing on mid lane? 20 CS on SF, 18 on Meepo. Pretty close so far. Actually, Meepo doing really well. And both of these heroes have the opportunity to go to the jungle and farm. Sableye has the opportunity here to go back to base and heal up, as Immersion is going to bring him down.
Yeah. Through the chainmail, too. Very tanky target, but still goes down.
Yeah. Like these phase boots, man, they just made the life of every single offlaner so much easier because of the chainmail on the side shot. Such a valuable item to buy early on in the laning stage.
Mid lane, Misha's got a haste rune. Thinking about making a play here. But it is a full HP Shadow Fiend at level 5.
Yeah, is there a play? That's the thing. Like if you go for that stuff, if you eat 3 raises, you're just gone. Same for the Meepo as it is for the Ench. And on this bottom lane right now, Ember and Jug, like look at the similarity in CS when it comes to all of the cores. Meepo and SF very close, 23 CS on Ember, 22 on Jug, 17 on Slardar, 17 on Centaur. Like a very, very even game so far.
Oh, whoa. Did Zanishka, what the hell was that, man?
He's just saying hi and dying before the bounty runes spawn, you know? That's what you want to do. You want to die before the bounties, so that you cannot contest them.
That was very strange. I have no idea what that was.
Is Ghosty going to dive him? He has the sprint and he has the bashes up, you know, so he just might, if he finds him properly, he sees where the juke happened, but he doesn't find the Kotl.
I like the chase, though.
Yeah. Immersion, however, is here, and he still has 3 stacks on his Slitherine Crush. Bash, actually. Sadly, it doesn't
Bash,
hold.
isn't it just Bash? That's the name of the skill, right?
Yeah, I think so.
used
Slitherine
to
Crush
be.
is the second spell.
Yeah.
Didn't they change? They changed, or is it still just called Bash?
I hope
Bash of
it's-
the Deep, maybe, you know?
Crush of the Deep or something, yeah, probably. All right.
Meepo level 6, minute 5:45, doing pretty well. Actually, more levels than minutes. That's awesome. Misha will go a little bit deeper to get a creep and ward this area around the shrine up.
Surprised it took him so long to get this going. I'm also shocked he has a full magic wand instead of, you know, Blightstone,
Yep.
early boots. Stick I get, but the full wand doesn't seem necessary. Oh, whoa,
There's a
hold
lot.
up. That's a level 6 Ember. Oh my goodness. Is it dead Rasta? I think it is.
Yeah, pretty much. He's saving the stun in case he tries to shackle someone, but
Yeah, this is terrifying because your Ember was 1v2 for a while. Misha's just been providing support in the form of rotations, and he's now top net worth. The first blood, of course, is what really opens this up. If it's just a static standard lane, I don't think ILTW gets so far ahead with all the free regen and stats he gets.
That's true, but then again, maybe Rasta could have been rotating or not leeching as much. But they were trying to get kills, which didn't happen, and because of that, there's such a high-level disparity on that Radiant safe lane.
What is going on here? You got to be a little cautious here on the Centaur, don't you? He misses the stun, actually.
DNZ is here, though, so it might be a bait, but because of the sprint, Ghostic just gets away.
Positive guys just playing with their food right now, looking very much in control of the early game so far.
I think like in this game, they're very much in control at the moment, but it's all about the itemization of this Shadow Fiend. As I've seen so many times before, it looks like you have full control of the game, but you're playing versus Jug and SF, and then suddenly they step it up, but they need right items for that. And Mage, I don't know. He had some questionable item builds in this tournament so far. But we'll see what he goes for this match. Excalibur could be in problems. Oh.
Is this going to be a kill? There might be a kill here.
Just might be. Yeah, Kotl is stepping in, but that's way too late. LTW just gets the jug. I mean, they're playing really well on the side lanes.
Yeah, seriously. Look, and it's not just like an offlaner being bodied, remember. It's a Juggernaut. This is a hero
that's carry jug, yeah.
He needs to be ahead here. He'll end up just getting wrecked by Meepo Ember the entire game.
Definitely. And also is his compadre on the safe lane, who's supposed to be the offlaner, Saberlight, isn't doing much better as well. He's also pretty shut down on this top lane. He's also level 5, 8 minutes in, and isn't really finding a lot of farm as well.
Eight minutes, only slightly more than couple hundred gold. That's the lead for Positive, guys. But the big problem is that Meepo and Ember are having excellent starts, and the side of Singularity, if they're not able to get some towers early, they might find themselves suddenly constricted around the map and losing towers at a record pace.
I completely agree with you. Like, this lineup is a lineup that needs to push as soon as possible and take towers, take objectives, shut down the Meepo, take control of the map so that you see when he goes into that pit. But so far, they aren't doing that.
I also, did you see Mage there just like aggro Glyph to just be fancy and try and deny last hits, I guess? Like, it just, you know, a minute before the catapult wave comes out, why do that now? Just, not a fan.
Just to be fancy, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think Ghostic dies here.
Well,
I think Ghostic dies here.
I mean, that's a very good way of thinking.
It's a lot of spells used, though.
On point with your analysis.
Thank you. ILTW just pursuing. Oh, he's going to get a free healing ward. Thanks for that 75 gold Excalibur. The death is annoying, but of course this means that there won't be a Kotl rotation on the 10-minute mark, which means can't fight around any runes, but more importantly, these catapult spawns. It's going to be tough for Singularity to play around them, and as you said, they've got to get the pushing going.
Can they get the pushing going? That's my question. DNZ needs that tome to get the wards. Once you get the Rasta wards, you definitely should be doing something, as Misha has 2 Setars to help push that bottom lane. Ergon is level 10. Should have, actually has 2 Raid Bands and 1 Bracer to be a little bit tankier. He could actually go for this SF kill. He is level 10 after all.
Don't tell me this is going to be kill. No way. Oh, hold up. Yes way. Wow, look at that in the Stampede. It's ineffective. The Mars ultimate. Oh, nice pushback. You're going to be able to get one Meepo, but they're just going to poof away.
Yeah. Like, Immersion perfectly placed that ulti there so that everyone that TP'd in couldn't help the SF, and SF couldn't get out.
Yep.
Like,
perfectly
really
placed.
Yeah, perfectly placed ult, and
what a chat wheel on as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Wards are dropped middle, but Catapult shall stay alive. Will they be able to defend this? That's the question. Whoa, ILTW. He's going to get Omni Slash, but I don't think they're going to have the damage.
They most certainly will not, as ILTW uses that Remnant to get out, just to see cleans up the Centaur. DNZ is thinking about going back in, but he just
Whoa.
dies. The spear plus
Jesus.
the sleight of fist. He's dead. This is like, they're just doing so well on the side of Positive Gaming. Guys, yeah, they did lose one tier 1, but the wards were dropped for that,
Yep.
and they also got a couple of kills.
They're just in such a great spot. I think it's easier for them to make moves. A big part of that is also this lack of a traditional 4 position on the side of Singularity. I always feel hesitant to back drafts that have 2 squishy interiors as their support combo. It's fine if you have enough beef in front of you, but when your Jug's having a poor game, and somehow Positive guys, by the way, have like lost probability in terms of their win condition. But I feel like they're so ahead.
Oh, the first raise missed. Like, he can just go into them.
Jeez. Doesn't he? Can't he just kill the Will-O-Wisp though? Why isn't he killing it?
He definitely can.
Because they count as hero attacks.
They definitely count as hero attacks, but he decided to run out of it for some reason instead. That's a lot of gold given away. Pexu now might fall, however, so they do get that kill. Good chat wheel, not really in a good time like that last one, but yeah. Ember did get some kill on the Kotl. Excalibur is chased here. Has the spin to work with, remember, and he TPs away. DNZ as well, going to retreat. Top lane, Saberlight gets a bit lower, but Mage is there with the double damage. And this should be, yeah, that should
Nice
be
kill.
a dead Ghostic fish.
What's the timing? Let's see here. Drums Yasha on the SF. I feel like he might need a faster BKB. I'm very afraid for Mage here. It's just such a difficult game for SF. You're up against so much damage, so many stuns. Ember's just going to gun for you every time.
Yeah, I also expected him to go for that utility build, you know, but he opts not to, and he opts to go for that. Instead, he goes for the Yasha drums, the right-click kind of hybrid build, I guess. But his Jug is going for drums too, so I don't know. They're just gonna have a lot of right-click power, I suppose, and they will have more HP, raw HP, but see Saberlight chasing LTW.
Are you really trying to chase an Ember Spirit? Is this going to work out? Lots of CC coming out. Nice ward trap on Amisha, but Saberlight's actually in a lot of trouble here.
I mean, are those wards nice, really? Because he catches a position 5 Enchantress with them and wastes his wards. Instead of taking an objective, you're killing a position 5 while you're losing a tower. Like
I love what Ghostic did. You see him swap away from Midas to Vlad's. I think that's 100% the move.
Definitely.
Ember Spirit with the Maelstrom. You just want to ensure that your Meepo and your Ember have a good game. You don't want to go for these greedy items. I think Midas in general is just a dead concept unless you have like a sniper cooldown talent or you're buying a Radiant.
Immersion uses a good ulti there, but Will-O-the-Wisp has been dropped.
You're not killing the Ember, guys.
They're going for the Ember though, but Meepo is rotating and they could be just dead here as Ergon rotates in. Kotl is already dead on the sidelines. Ember continues catching them. He catches both, but the spear is off. However, the tower will not run away. It will be protected momentarily by the protection, but Ergon should wail into it very soon, and like Meepo is one of the better heroes to push. He already has the Eagle Song. After the tower, he will have enough gold for the Ghost as well. So that's
straight
you can straight go into the pit. You have Ghostics.
Yep. They have no ulti on
Amplify,
Kotl. They have no ulti on Rasta, so you know that the team fight's just not there. And
They
oh
don't
my
have
God.
Saberlight maybe as well. Let's see. He's too tanky. But he's not ready to fight now. Which means this is a free Roshan, 15 minutes in.
If you've got the Slaughter ulti, you've got Immersion's ult up as well if you need to cover the pit. Actually, it's on cooldown for a couple more seconds.
We might see a very quick, like 25 to 30 minute game right here if Positive guys just utilize this Aegis properly in a couple of team fights. Misha power treads after the magic wand just to tank up a little bit so he doesn't die way too fast. What do you think about the impact of this Enchantress so far in the game, like as a position 5?
I don't know. I feel like Misha... I'd have to get into the replay, I think, because I'm not sure what his game impact was in the bottom lane, nor do I know how it would have fared had the Ember not got first blood. So he really didn't have to do much, right? ILTW is just taking over the game.
DNZ?
Ghostic?
Ghostic misses, yeah. They ping the TP spot out in the end. Ergon, that's a dead Kotl.
That's one thing if you're playing the trees, my man Pexu, but you're just in the lane, dog.
I mean, LTW was already on him, so I guess he thought he was dead anyway, so he just tried to get some nuke on the creeps, but that's just feeding at this point. They need the Kotl alive. That Kotl brings a lot of control in these team fights. There's no BKBs yet on positive guys, so.
6K the gold lead, 6 kills to Singularity, double that for positive guys who certainly have a positive chance of winning this game. I guess everyone would technically, as negative integers don't make sense when it comes to probability. However, the point still stands. They are in a commanding position and now just look to clean up towers, maybe force a critical team fight. We shall see. ILTW played fantastic so far. And look at Ergon just in the base with Aegis. He's got an E-Blade, remember? Oh my goodness. What was he canceling the stun that many times for?
I am not sure as well. He's going to die here. He's just dead. Excalibur might fall as well. He has to be very careful.
Kill the Will-O-Wisp, Ergon. There you go. At least he's going for it. Will it be enough? The question, they need one more attack. Got
good
it.
wards right there.
Really good wards. Immersion in a lot of trouble now. He will go down. The Jug ulti will, however, be split from the Meepo. Excalibur no spin for a little bit, but full stick should be fine. Mars trades his life for Centaur. Almost all ultimates utilized.
They will hold. Also, Aegis has been taken away from the Meepo, and they keep that tier 3 alive. So overall, not really the worst fight for Team Singularity, as they do hold the base. They do waste a lot of their ultis, but they hold, they kill the Meepo, they show him that he's not invincible just yet, and that he needs some more time to farm up and get those levels up before he just crushes them. But that's a very poorly utilized Aegis, I need to say. They didn't force anything, and they didn't take any objectives. Shadow Shaman, DNZ.
Yeah, getting initiated on double stun. ILTW in some trouble. Finishes off the Rasta. He's actually the one that was in danger. Misha is going to get away thanks to a huge stick. Or will it actually? Mage very fast. Looking to chase for one more raise. Gets it off. Misha does die to the last hit. Nice W back. He's got ulti in a second.
Yeah. 5 seconds away from using that ulti.
Good Ergon. He's thinking about it. He's got the Blink E-Blade ready.
I don't think he should. Like, it's only the 2 of them versus 4. Just slow the game down a little bit, farm it up. Also considering he went for a blink, pushing that high ground like that early on. He's not tanky enough. If you check his clones, they have under 2000 HP.
And gold lead almost over 9,000. Sitting at 6.9. 11K net worth on the Meepo. 1,500 ahead of
LTW going for Pexu.
He's just harassing. I like the way he's been playing. You know, 8-0-3, just constant aggression, always looking to press.
Going for the Lincolns next, it seems. Some more defensive items from him.
Bounty runes in 20, so it's time to get aggressive. Play some aggro wards. Positive guys looking to make moves around the map. Ghost Stick going for that full support build.
LTW did not see SF there, but he might run straight into the Jug. However, he's going to run into them instead.
Huge ultimate from the Kotl, and keep in mind there's an active shrine there as well. Will Mage get the ultimate off? Yes, he does. LTW, first death of the game. Ghost Stick with the double stun. Now has to clear off to the left as Misha runs right. He will die, however, as now Mage can look to pursue the Enchantress. Quite weak. They just got a little antsy there. ILTW tanking that Kotl ult. Pexu, man, he has been on point. And if you're going to win this game as positive, guys, you got to be a bit more cautious wandering into these huge choke points because you can't really make plays as Meepo there either. No way to dive into a fortified position without Ignis Fatus blinding your teammates.
They just gave them 3 free kills for nothing. They didn't get anything out of it. They just ran up to that shrine without wards, without any vision, without any info where Team Singularity is, and obviously you're going to be punished for doing something like that.
Yeah, I think they need to try and pincer. The Singularity lineup is focused around fighting in choke points, on choke points. Positive guys, you need to try and approach from multiple angles, and then Meepo is free to find his target and enter a fight that's already broken out. That's not going to happen if you just wander into a 3-man AoE ultimate.
They're trying to do that right now with the smoke. The first hero on their way will be that Shadow Shaman, but they're looking towards Jug as well. Instead, they go for the Shadow Shaman, and that smoke is, I don't know, if they don't get the Jug, pretty much wasted, and the Jug is very swift, and also has that built-in BKB, so you can't just catch him.
Yeah, but look at the levels.
The walls.
After that team fight, net worth, sure, definitely in favor of the Radiant side. But
yeah, but only 3K. It shifted like 5K away from Singularity.
Excalibur doing a ton of harass damage. Wow. I love 5-position Ench, just in the sense that, you know, your damage output really doesn't change with items. It's just impetus and distance. So you hit level 12, you pack a powerful punch, and it's piercing a BKB.
The damage is good. I think the second spell, Enchant, is really decent too.
Yeah.
Very
After
low
the cast
cooldown.
range increases as well.
Cast range, very low cooldown, and also the spell is amazing.
Yes, it's a good point. There's very few methods of offensive Dispel left in Dota 2.
Also, it slows. So Dispel plus slow, sign me up. Misha sitting in front, hoping that they will go on him with that smoke, but instead they wrap around searching for a better target. Remember, Positive guys, they did the same, but they went for Rasta. Singularity, they might instead find someone more important right now. Immersion and Kotl are there.
4K. Ghostic, thinking about a Blink Dagger next, I imagine. Nope, gonna commit to the Crimson Guard. Yeah, he is beefy. I'd like to see him be the one frontlining, if that's the item build he wants to go. If you recall, it was Ember Spirit leading the charge in that gank gone awry. And if you're gonna build like this as Ghostic, you know, sure you can't initiate, but let them initiate on you. Soak that damage. Make it easier to play the Ember Spirit, because he wants to find the supports.
Yeah, this is just full utility from him right now.
Well, and
also Crimson not only for himself, but his whole team, obviously. But SF is...
Butterfly over BKB? That's very ambitious. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what? If you find a way to hit them, it's awesome. If you just die because you don't have a BKB, you're a goddamn fool.
Well, damn. Them's fighting words.
That's what it is always, right? Like, you either buy a BKB or you risk it and...
I mean,
fail.
I'm always one to risk it for the biscuit, but
Chocolate biscuit.
you gotta keep in mind. They always say like BKB is like a game winner's item, right? It's like the old disciplined, the grizzled vet. But these new flashy players, you know, they want to get BKB as late as possible. It's like an Xbox achievement.
Yeah. Don't we all? Just farm every single item until you're like, all right, I'll buy the BKB, I guess. You know, after you die 5 times in a row, I guess I'll buy BKB.
Oh, look at Immersion's position. He immediately gets the smoke. What a player. They've got the Scotty complete on the Meepo as well. So a decent item spike for Positive guys. They might look to get aggressive. Keep in mind that gold advantage continues to rise every minute this game goes on. Big part of that is because the Meepo and the Ember are so far ahead, their farm speed's just significantly faster than any of the heroes left in this game.
SF is keeping up with them, but Jug isn't. Jug has had a really bad start, and he still has pretty much nothing. Yeah.
He has shield and a quelling blade, and he's rushing Mjolnir. Like, you just use those item slots, my man. Hold up, initiation. Meepo, or sorry, Ember Spirit gets caught, but they're gonna actually waste the Will-o'-the-Wisp. Ghostic gets caught, but he's so tanky, he doesn't give a damn. Mars ultimate down air, just wreaking havoc in the middle of it. Will he survive is the question. The Jug Omni Slash not splitting properly, finally able to get a target, and my god, Excalibur is just getting wrecked. The Ember Slardar combination, far too much damage, and look at Saberlight.
Saberlight is also falling. Misha just dealing so much damage as that position 5 Enchantress. Like you said before, Impetus does not care about these items, just about the distance. And they take down the Centaur in the end, which makes it 4 for 1.
Love this. ILTW, man, he knows what he's doing. And you can see, just constantly playing in the aggro side of the map. I'd love to see a heat map, because I don't think he's... anytime he respawns, he crosses his side of the river, much like Washington did the Delaware, and he gets aggressive, cutting waves.
It's very important that he does that. It's very important that he baits them into using all the CC that they have on him, so that his Meepo can actually work his magic. But sadly for them, Meepo died in that last team fight, and after the Meepo is dead, they don't really have a lot of pushing power, do they?
Not really. They get map control, though. Almost as good. And again, I look at Excel. You're losing the game. You've been holding 1,500 gold almost for a couple of minutes now. Mjolnir is just not the item. It really just, you can put it on the Centaur, I suppose. He is tanky, but I'm just not a huge fan. And this is the big benefit of the Slardar, right? Not necessarily the first Rosh, but because you kill that off so early, now you can go straight for the second. You'll have cheese too, and it's only 26 minutes into the game.
The second rush would be huge, but they have to get it first. Saberlight is around with that ulti, and they might jump in. They jump in a perfect time, and DNZ, he snatches it away. They take the Aegis, most likely the cheese as well. And this could be horrible for them. The Meepo
doing tons of damage.
falling.
Oh, wow. Saberlight, he pops the cheese. This is the dream, as you said. ILTW getting in, getting out, thinking about making more moves. In fact, he does. Saberlight's probably going to go down here. Ghostic did buy back. They did a decisive fight on Singularity. They got the Rosh kill and the Aegis. However, they lose 3 for their troubles, and a buyback on Pex, who was forced out. I don't think he got the Will-O-Wisp off. How did he go down?
You know what the problem is? This Jug just has nothing.
Yeah.
That's just the problem with Team Singularity. Like, this Jug is running around dealing no damage. His healing ward is just as impactful as he is. The Russian observers are.
They read our minds.
They're reading exactly that, and they're just asking themselves the same. Like, how is it possible that he has under 10k net worth at the moment?
I wonder if GoBlack is casting on the Russian stream, because the two of us have been in sync in some of our
when it comes to
criticism
flames. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny talking to him about it, right? Because we both itch to play occasionally. We'll watch Tier 2 Dota. We'll watch TI. I'll think, damn, like, I could be doing this. I still got it. Blah, blah, blah. But to quote GoBlack, you know, he's just a better person when he's not playing. And I feel the exact same way. Like, it's so hard for these guys, especially those in the Tier 2, Tier 3 scene. You don't have that financial reward, right? Like Arteezy, he doesn't care. He's never won a major TI. He's got millions of dollars, right? He's cool. He's chilling, and he can just go on vacation, right?
He can have
These
fun.
guys, they lose. It,
Dude,
you know,
you cannot go on vacation. Your self-worth is lowered, like you just said.
Yeah.
It's based around the game.
It's tied into winning, right?
It's
If you
tied
win,
into
you feel good. If you lose, you're like, oh, I'm a failure.
But not only that, I just stopped after, I don't know, 4 or 5 years of playing and thought about it, and I was pretty much a machine. There was no rest times, no rest periods, just playing constantly. Boot camping, playing tournament after a tournament, and losing. And that's not fun.
No, it's not. As a loser myself, I can tell you that if I could, I'd be a winner.
Very inspirational words.
Yes, thank you. I've put a lot of thought into how I feel about this topic. As the Ags now up on the Ember Spirit, makes a lot of that crazy catching potential. Look at that defensive E-Blade. Immersion will pop a huge ultimate off, and now, oh my god, the Meepo's coming in. Will he have enough damage is the question. Tons of DPS. The Jug ulti, the SF ulti. Ember's finally in, but that healing ward keeping everybody alive. 3-man stun from the Centaur. You got to kill that healing ward. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. Ember Spirit moving forwards. That's going to kill Meiji. You can tell. It's like being next in line of the firing squad. You know that the creeps might come first, but eventually you're going to get smacked in the noggin.
They killed the Meepo, but after they kill the Meepo, they get cleaned up.
Yep.
And sadly for positive guys, it makes it harder for them to take objectives afterwards. But they are winning teamfights. However, eventually they have to start taking these big objectives because Meepo does fall off.
Oh, hey, 4 bounty runes ain't bad as far as objectives go. Although ILTW, of course, neglects to grab that other bounty rune. But it wouldn't be efficient. It wouldn't be efficient. He'll save that for later. Love the item choice as well. That Linken's has paid dividends already. So many point-and-click stuns, really just to ensure that the Rasta doesn't have that immediate Hex ability. His one death is, of course, because he walked into a Hex. It's just not possible anymore.
It's very difficult for them to kill him, but there is Ignus Fatus plus the Stomp from Centaur to set up the Rasta Shackles. But by the time that happens, Slardar is there, Immersion is there. It's all about buying yourself just a couple of extra seconds before your teammates arrive. Excalibur does deny that Tier 2 in the mid lane, and instantly positive guys, they're not pushing high ground, they're going for the other Tier 2 on the bottom lane, as that's where Rasta is, and Rasta has been scouted out. The spear is there, and ILTW starts wailing on him. DNZ does manage just to hex him, but
he did.
He still did. Indeed.
D-E double dead.
Did it.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Favorite Disney movie? The one that, actually two that I watched in the cinema as a kid. Probably not your boys' standard movies that are listed as favorites. Mulan was the one that I
That's a
really
classic.
loved. Yeah. The second one, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe Lion King or Tarzan. Tarzan, because I watched it with my classmates just before I had to leave that school. So I love these memories. That's all.
Touching.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Had to move a lot.
There's a good line. It's like, you know, well, there was a day you like went outside to play with your friends for the last time, you know, and none of you knew that. And then, you know, all of a sudden, you're too old for that shit. But I don't think you're ever too old for it. I wish, you know, the one thing that I wish I could somehow fit into my current lifestyle is intramural sports, you know? Thursday night soccer games with like a group, you know, your neighborhood friends.
You know,
whatever.
like we can't do that because of the lifestyle, because of the job that we do. But most of my friends actually do exactly that. Like, if you have a stable job, you know, the normal one, why not fit like
You know, maybe
some
I'll
soccer
start-
game or basketball match or
Maybe
something?
we could do it actually. Like it would be tough. I'd have to scout locations.
You can do
It'd
it.
be complicated, but we could definitely make
Let's
it happen.
travel to one country on
No,
one day.
during lands. Hold up. Speaking of lands, huge spell's going to be landed. The Mars ult on 2. Stuck inside. Ghostic, however, was so tanky. Pipe Crimson Vlad's mess with me. This is what I'm talking about. He makes himself the target, and now he moves forward. All these stunts coming out. Look at Ghostic. Look, what are you doing?
Saberlight is just dying to Ench. Ench got him. Ghostic is
Ghostic
going
might
to
finally die, I
Yes.
assume, but he tanked so much damage.
Meepo is coming though, 2 minutes and 30 seconds
Look at
after the
Misha.
fight starts.
Oh my
He
god.
gets him.
Immersion doesn't get the stun off, but doesn't matter just yet. Meepo will find himself a Kotal. Already pushed the mid lane as well. I
This
believe
game
this one
is-
might be
yeah.
in the books. Ghostic, you know, that's exactly what he was waiting for, and I love to see his adaptation, right? He recognized, like, I'm not the initiator, I am the tank.
Yeah,
So
and
get in
he
there and
goes
tank.
in, yeah.
If you kill him, you've lost the fight. He has far too much EHP.
Yeah, they just wasted everything they could on him. And look at that, they're just chewing through these towers, even with the backdoor protection. But now that the creeps are coming in, Centaur buybacks, Rasta buybacks as well. But if this Meepo manages to jump on top of them, they can die very easily. Oh, the BKB is popped by Mage, and he's mangry.
Of course
Goes
he is.
in.
Oh
Who's
my god, he
ult.
got him. That means there won't be any tower push coming out. Another buyback, Excalibur this time. We'll be able to finish off the Mars. And positive guys, no reason to get negative, but you've got to be thinking like, God, guys, can you just give up and die already, they're saying. Oh, nice job. Blinkston gets the Q off, then the Hex. This should be a full grip. Will it be enough damage is the question.
Well,
Saberlight's
Jug
here.
is coming, but
I think they have like
don't have
100-0
control.
lockdown.
Do they have control? DNZ, another Hex? Nope. Remnants away.
Yeah, worth a try. Almost.
They tried. DNZ still follows though. And LTW is like, can you just leave me alone? I just want to go home to my fountain and chill.
I just want to go home. Home. It's a good song. It's from some kids thing I watched when I was really young. I can't remember what it was.
Not bad.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Anyway, we were talking about positive guys and how it's almost impossible for them to lose if they do everything right.
That's
but,
not what we were talking about. We were off topic. I want to go back off topic.
But they're having difficulties closing this game and
Oh.
going high ground. However, when it goes back to the off-topic, we were talking about basketball, football, and possibly playing that
Oh,
on the events.
yeah, we're going to get to that. But hold up, Mage is initiated with that Hex. And so much damage coming out.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get Ghostic. This time, they still take a while, but he's completely alone. Oh,
Oh,
look at the-
Immersion initiated in the back, but he has no Meepo still.
Yeah. But they
Meepo-
juked out the Will-o'-the-Wisp. The team fight will now be suffering.
Yeah, there's still a BKB on Mage, so Meepo, even though he's alive, he can't go in. Like having a Hex this game on him would make it much easier to initiate on Mage and kill him off before he pops that BKB. But speaking of that whole sports thing, like many times there's someone riling up people to go play a match. Never mind, Saberlight initiates on Ember, but it's a very difficult kill that they do manage to get in the end. Misha now, however, is scouted out by Pexu, but he just TPs away, while Immersion is buying some time for them.
Are they-
But they're just
Are they
throwing
throwing?
super. They're throwing
It was a
super hard.
15K gold lead. It's now 8.
Yeah.
And
It-
Roshan
it's-
is respawning soon.
It's pretty much Meepo. I said it before. Like they might be winning these team fights, but they're not taking any objectives.
Yeah.
And Meepo falls off. While these heroes that are killing Meepo get a ton of experience from him because he farms the whole map and gets a lot out of it.
Wow, SF's level 25. This guy.
That's it.
Is this
That's-
what they're well, hello? Don't tell me he's gonna get called. I was gonna say, Misha, you gonna die here too? Healing ward up. Now it's able to be protected as well. Quite nice for Singularity. As they look to press their advantage. They're somehow the team that gets the first tier 3. Roshan spawning. You've got time to kill the Shrine and the Rosh if you want.
40% cooldown reduction
And
taken.
2 damage a soul, thank you very much. Satanic, I love this build on SF. This was my go-to as well. I would have got the BKB probably a bit earlier, but when you don't and it pays off, it pays off. But Butterfly Satanic, the big timing. You become nigh indestructible. The status resist, the evasion, and you've got that activatable life steal. Functions almost as a second life.
DNZ uses that shackles there on the creep to prevent it from
This is not
scouting
dying
the Rosh,
fast
but
enough.
he dies and Rosh is not
Oh
dying,
God.
just as you said. Ergon is in.
They're going to pop the
but Mage
BKB.
is very
Spin
close.
active. Somebody's got to get this Aegis, though.
Who's gonna
Scampy
get
gonna
it?
be pop bars.
Who's gonna get it?
Down.
Eragon gets
got
it.
it. And now Mage, oh, he pops Refresher Shard. BKBs gets the ultimate off, but he's stuck in no man's land. Still auto-attacking. Did finish off Eragon, but yeah, I believe he's just dead.
Yeah.
Does anybody got buyback?
Nope. Well, SF does, so he can defend like he did before, but
Does it immediately.
yeah, he buybacks to
He's got to
out
clear out
push
the bottom
bottom.
creep
Yep.
wave.
Pexu playing
Whoa.
with LTW pushes him to the low ground, but Immersion
Whoa.
forces himself down. And they're sick of this old guy on a horse. They take him down with that one last spear.
There's no buybacks on these other 3 heroes. If I am not mistaken, it's time to
And?
choo-choo throne, because there is no BKB on the Shadow Fiend. You've got a Meepo. There's no glyph available. Just get that throne. Or hey, maybe a coddle first, dive deep, and they'll recognize now. And that's it. I mean, one fight, right? If Eragon doesn't get the Aegis, maybe things are different. He wouldn't have had gold for buyback, but alas, he respawns. And finally, Positive guys have the building damage capable. Insane. Singularity fought tooth, nail, and
GG.
claw to stay alive in this game, and then they end up making one critical error around a Roche Pit.
I mean-
Roche Pit's just devastatingly bad for every team that tries to fight inside of it.
Definitely. I just have to say that they shouldn't have went for that rush in the first place when they were in control of the game.
True.
It looked like they had everything they needed to win this game. Why go into the pit and risk it all? Like, they definitely thought that if they come to fight them around the pit, they're going to win the fight. And it did look that way. They are very strong. They are able to take down the Meepo once. However, their problem is Meepo stole the Aegis. And that's that one factor in which what? You have a couple of players just right-clicking. Who's going to right-click the Aegis first? You don't know. And you're just risking your whole game like right there in that pit. Meepo gets the Aegis first. If he didn't, that's game over for him. Like, they take the Aegis, they win the game off of that. Satanic is picked up by SF, and the game is over.
It's a shame. Like, if they only could have perhaps like saved the game or something, so they could have gone back, reset it. Just like you can save if you use that code when you go place your bet on ggbet.com. No rejections, no queues, no business hours. ggbet.com. Ensure your bet today. Moving on to game 2. Still think Positive guys are probably the better side. However, definitely the closest series I think we've seen thus far in the tournament. I think both teams have a real shot at advancing.
A very close game. I think Positive guys, they just have to forget about cheese, such as Meepo. Just play a normal match with normal heroes. I think they look a little bit stronger overall.
I might agree with that. We'll see. And you'll see if we get into game 2. But first, a little bit of a break, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay hydrated. And don't forget to floss. But 2 minutes. Well, more like 7. We'll see you in a bit. You get it.